This is The Space Shot, episode 95 for August 17th, 2017. Pioneer 7 and Venera 7. Hey everyone, welcome to The Space Shot, your daily space history, pop culture, and news fix. I'm John Molnix. Today's episode is a little bit shorter. I'm still preparing a lot of content for this weekend, so be sure to follow The Space Shot on Facebook and me at John Molnix on Instagram and Twitter to see all of the content for the eclipse this weekend. I'm going to be at the Homestead National Monument outside of Beatrice, Nebraska, so say hello if you're there. Today we're talking about two missions that launched on this day and one piece of International Space Station history that I want to talk about. On August 17, 1966, the Pioneer 7 spacecraft was launched from Cape Canaveral. Even though it's no longer functioning, this spacecraft still orbits the Sun at about the same distance that the Earth does. The probe was spin-stabilized, which prevented the need for fuel to keep the spacecraft oriented in the correct way. It studied solar wind, cosmic rays, magnetic fields, and other phenomena between planets. Now for the second launch. On August 17, 1970, the Soviet Union launched the Venera 7 spacecraft to Venus. It was the first mission to return data after landing on another world, even though its landing wasn't exactly a smooth one. The spacecraft's parachute failed to open during the descent, so the lander impacted the Venusian surface at about 40 miles an hour. From the data that was sent back, it looks like the probe bounced and then rolled into a position where its antennas weren't oriented in the correct position to transmit to Earth, causing the radio signal to be weaker than normal. The data that was transmitted during the mission showed that the surface temperature of Venus was around 475 degrees Celsius, or about 887 degrees Fahrenheit. Now for some space station history. On August 17, 1993, NASA Administrator Daniel Goldin announced that Johnson Space Center had been selected as the center that would host the operations for the new space station program. The International Space Station as we know it today is the end result of a decades-long process that started out with the Space Station Freedom concept. I've got a longer episode planned specifically on the space station, but it's still a few months away right now. On Facebook, I had a chat with one of the Space Shot fans, and I mentioned the long-term plans for the podcast. I'm going to be doing longer form episodes in 2018, and this year I've already got 4 interviews lined up. I'm also working on another project that I'll be able to talk about more in September, and it's going to be awesome. Check out the show notes for more information on today's episode, and be sure to connect with me on Instagram and Twitter. Find me at John Molnix. I'm always up to chat. Let me know what you think of the show by leaving a rating in iTunes. It takes just a minute, and it makes a huge difference by helping even more people find the show. I'd appreciate if you could share the Space Shot with your friends and family, and anyone else that enjoys podcasts. Tomorrow, Cassini gets a gravity assist. I'm John Molnix, and I'll catch you on the flip side.